Okay, this is take two of this video. Unfortunately, I got interrupted. Delivery driver banging on my door. So I've just got back from a really nice long walk, and I wanted to describe this trade that I'd taken before I went away for the walk, or off on the walk, because you know, it's important to understand the sort of significance of the RSI dashboard, and the dashboard is becoming a massive part of identifying potential trades quickly and easily. So I mentioned the word mediocre. I mean, this is mediocre. There's no great big green. You know, you saw that if you look on my Twitter feed, corresponding with this date, which is because if you're looking at this way after, we are on the 1st of June. So if you look at my Twitter feed, I posted a chart about the DE30, I think it was, and everything was green. So I said in the tweet, you know, we've gone from this sort of scenario prior to it changing to green, which was about 8 AM, the UK Open, and all of a sudden everything lit up. And you know, that's the important thing. And the other important thing to mention, because this is a work in progress, is what we could really do with is an additional column here. This is outside of the what's it. So let's say an additional column over here, and it could be buy or sell. And what we could do is we could add these. When I entered this long, this was about 85, this was about 80, 79, 81, and so on and so forth. So it stands to reason for the longs, if we could add all of these up and they all look roughly above 80, then we, you know, because you've had a quick change, it's been the London Open and everything's gone from mediocre to green. Literally loads of these pairs, especially Euro pairs, were looking green, strong green. So you could then have the highest value, you could have it as a value or a colour or something over here on this final column, and that would tell you the strongest looking currency pair. Then you flick to the currency pair, as I did in this instance. I could see this great big 30-minute candle here, and I could see, most importantly, the TMA had gone from sideways, nothing, no colour at all, to green. Now, what do we know happens when we get a strong move? And there is a clear target above, in other words, this sort of supply area here. They're looking for liquidity, remember the algorithms. And if you believe that traders are actually trading this stuff, the traders are. I personally don't anymore. Apart from the busy time, of course, when they've got to earn their bonus. For the rest of the time, I'm convinced it's all computer run. So when you see this change, and you know you've had all the jiggery-pokery before, during the Asian session, before the London and Frankfurt Open, or the other way around, Frankfurt first, London, and then they've had their playing around, which we know as well, and I don't like really getting involved in that if I can help it. Let it settle down and let it tell you what's going on. Now, I wanted to get away from the computer and go for a lovely walk in the sunshine, so what I did was that 30-minute, I let it pull back a little bit, and when the M1 went back into alignment, I took the trade. And as you can see, then off it went, and searched out the stops for the long trades and the orders for the long trades, and basically liquidity. So there's so many tick boxes. You know, you're entering the trend of the day, if you like. You've got this high probability move here. Doesn't happen all the time. You know, if you get one of those in the middle of a session, it's not going to be as good as, you know, because you've added all your different little idiosyncrasies of the market to your thought process. You can't just come in, see it turn green, see you get a 3CR, there's the 3CR there, and think, oh, I'm going to hit that. You have to add all the other stuff together, and that's why, you know, you've got to give it the 10,000 hours that most things require to become an expert, you know. So that's the thought process behind this Euro NZD trade. You know, there were massive amounts of trades about. I haven't checked the chart since I got in from a walk, but I'm sure Euro AUD did a similar thing, popped up, you know, had a little pullback there and continued up for a goodly number of pips, 17, 18 pips there. So, you know, it's all about thinking carefully what the market is telling you. You know, you've got a 1, 2, 3 higher low there going on as well. So, you know, all these old traditional chart patterns work, and they work really well. You've got the RSI histo bust, break and close there, bust, pullback, break and close. So that one candle there would have given you 5 or 6 pips after spread easily, 9 pips. So, you know, and this is why I keep saying just go for 6 or 7 pips, bank them, and then spend the rest of the day learning your trade. Do it again and again, and eventually you can add an extra trade to your day, so you double your income. Then you can add another trade to your day, you treble your income, and so on and so forth. So there is no shortcut to this. Just study your charts, use this as it's supposed to be. You know, Aussie dollar CAD is looking fairly interesting there, but you know, there's nothing else really backing it up. So this is, you want to see it, you know, a huge move, big momentum come into the market across a number of these currency pairs. Here's another set here. Again, nothing really particularly interesting. That one's fairly interesting because this low number, really low number, suggests that something's going on. So if we look at NZD CAD, see what that's showing us. Over here somewhere, NZD. Have I not got it? Oh, there it is there. I need to sort these out. Yeah, I mean, this is overextended now. We've got a good, and remember that needs changing manually, so quick change there is fairly easily. Capitals NZD CAD. I vary between 7 and 8 on the histo. It doesn't make a lot of difference. I've been testing 7. So now we have the numbers on the chart. The suggestion is this would go lower now. We've had a 3CR there. That would have been the best entry, the break of the low there, which is another thing I don't often mention. But when you're there, you've had your trigger on both of these, and you're up here because this tail suggests that price at one point had pulled back here. This is almost a slam dunk to enter this. Just use the 1 minute chart, wait for it to look like it's falling again on the 1 minute, so you've got a pullback on the 1 minute, nice little 3CR on the 1 minute, and that would be the safest entry to capture the whole of that move there on that candle. It's not going to be huge because the range isn't particularly good on this pair, but even so, 5 or 6 pips with a 1 pip spread on there. Well, it varies between 1 and 2. It looks like it's going to go down and test that S1 there, and you know, you've got supply down there as well, so everything just is like qualifies each other. You know, the dragon qualifies the 3CRs, and the dragon qualify the trend, and you know, you can manually draw your trend line. So all of these things work together, and as you can see, it's pushing down now, but not a safe trade to take at that point. Wrong time of day. But you know, constantly check your RSI dashboard and choose your particular times of day to trade, and you should do fairly well. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.